Hi, this is Priya Mishra, and we are back with another episode of our podcast, Manifest Your Success. Today, we are going to talk about a topic that's close to the heart of every human being. Whether you are an entrepreneur, employee, or a student, belonging and abilities. Human beings are social beings. We all know that. We spend most of our lives in connection with those around us. These social relationship facilitates emotions, empathy, and specific skills social skill. Our relationship also have far-reaching implications. How others respond to us influences our perception of ourselves. We create our own image and we actually start perceiving and giving the perception to someone else. As a young boy or a girl, a healthy attachment to a loving, caring helps us feel safe. We may perceive ourselves as separate from our parents, but they are essential to us. Their acceptance or rejections of us becomes a source of encouragement or despair. We begin to receive different opinions of ourselves. Simply put, our ability to function and self-manage in a group creates a sense of belonging. That's why we look for those places where like-minded people are there and you are surrounded by the positive people. Our interests, experiences, and histories helps shapes who you are and who we become as an individual. We do our responsibility to our families, jobs, and communities. We are continually moving back and forth between our need for autonomy and need for community. Bruce Alexander, psychologist and professor emeritus from Vancouver, BC, Canada, describes this beautifully as our need to feel free and still belong. Very beautiful sentence. Self-management is about recognizing that we are responsible for our lives within limits. Some limitations are personal, others systematic or institutional. Some comes from cultural context. We can adopt to our navigate some boundaries with ease. Other limits may be harder to accept or change. Each of us can grow, change, and support well-being affecting individuals, families, and communities. As life gets more complex, change impacts our lives at an ever-accelerating pace. The belief that we can learn new skills, think in new ways, and relate to the world differently than we live in the past become increasingly essential. A growth mindset enhances our basic ability through hard work and dedication. It can expand our possibilities in life through active engagement. Research shows that even target limiting self-imaging negative thoughts and feeling can lead to lasting shift in attitude and behavior. We often notice many of us with a fixed mindset. What happens when we have a fixed mindset? In a fixed mindset, we perceive that our intelligence, talent, and ability to change are fixed. There is nothing we do to expand them. We perceive that we have a predetermined potential and view failure and mistakes as very discouraging sign. We start trusting that we are inadequate, unlucky, or just not cut out for success. On the other hand, the growth mindset holds that our intelligence, raw talent, and potentials are just the starting point. In this, we keep developing these skills through learning and experience. We view failures and mistakes here as proof that we are moving beyond that is a safe and known. Here we try out new information. We keep developing skills and need practice and diligence. A growth mindset can help achieve emotional, psychological, and cognitive growth. The result is stress resilience, gather well-being, and highlighted intelligence. The interesting element to mindset and belief and belonging. Beliefs are the mental foundation that shapes our choices and behavior. It is a combination of experience and environment. Underlying beliefs associated with the fixed mindset harms the ability. We find it challenging to keep going in the face of adversity, failure, and struggle. The growth mindset furnishes the belief that mistakes and different challenges are unavoidable. It takes into consideration the necessary aspects of sustaining profound and durable changes. It is always possible to redefine what it means to fail or succeed. We will be ready to learn something new or develop a skill set needed to realize a goal. That's in a growth mindset. We will be able to power through the challenging parts of a learning process. A positive mindset, as we have seen in our first episode of the podcast, is essential to success. It is the impetus that gets the journey going. It adopts to and opens up possibilities. It makes a person willing to learn and listen. It drives people to the optimistic and steadfast despite adversity. It helps seize opportunity and keep consistency. A positive mindset gives rise to the growth mindset. The second element is belonging. Belonging refers to sense of our place in the world. It is ability to make and sustain social relationship. It helps us handle ourselves in the environment we must navigate. A study was done at the University of Austin in Texas. They examined the students who were high achievers but came from the challenging social environment. Researchers found that students who fell into the vulnerable group had negative thoughts about their place in the world of successful peers. They were cynical about their ability to improve after an ongoing struggle. The negative thoughts took a different form in each individual, but they mostly gathered around two ideas. One set of thoughts was about belonging. The student experienced doubt about whether they could ever belong in a new institution. The other way was about ability. Many students believed that intelligence was a fixed quality for a student. They thought this was an impossible to improve through practice or study. The student interprets a bad grade on a test or, for instance, as a sign that they could never succeed. Doubt about belonging and doubt about ability creates a sense of helplessness, and the helplessness dissuades students from taking any steps to change things. Researchers worked with the University of Texas researchers to develop intervention at risk. These brief exercises targeted students through feeling that beliefs about school. The result led to large gains in student achievements. I reduced achievements gaps even months and years later. The intervention did not only teach student academic content but instead target student psychology. They worked on their belief that they have the potential to improve their intelligence or that they belong to the school and the school values them. We can all take responsibility of our mindset. They are not born or external influences. We can be more proactive in shaping the positive influence on the brain. Impression is quality powerful of development interpersonal skill. It strengthens a person's ability to connect to others and find belonging in new groups and social environment. This combination makes games and exercise used in applied improvisation as an essential tool. It becomes a useful tool for those who work with people to help shift their mindset and embrace their potential. Learners with a growth mindset tend to embrace lifelong learning and the joy of incremental personal growth. Besides, they do not see their intelligence or personality as fixed trait. They will mobilize their learning resource. The trait of failure does not defeat them. Thus, the heart of what makes the collaborative, creative process of improvisations possible is learning to think in new ways, embracing more adaptive beliefs, increasing the sense of belonging and skills to sustain it. Harnessing these skills make a person strong and only be the strong survivor. We will look into this in our next episode. Until then, thank you so much for listening. And if you haven't subscribed so far, please like and subscribe and share with the people who can also benefit it. Thank you so much.